Hello everybody, I am Rajendra Kulkarni and you are watching my channel Programming in C with RSK. In this video, we will be discussing about pointers and how they are stored in the memory, how they interact with the memory. While using pointers, we always use value at address operator for accessing the value stored at the location whose address is stored in the pointer. A simple program, three variables declared, int, float and char, and also declared their respective pointer variables. So ptrx, ptrf, cch all are pointer variables. The variable x, ff, ch are assigned with the values, and in these three statements what we are doing is assigning address of the variables to the respective pointers. Here we are assigning address of x to ptrx, which is an int variable, assigning its address to int pointer. Similarly ff and ch. Now what we are trying to do is, through this printf statement, we are accessing address of x and value of x using pointer notation. Address of x is equal to %u gives us the address of x, which is stored in pointer variable ptrx. Value of x is equal to %d. The value of x is being accessed using star ptrx, which is a pointer to x. Similarly, for ff, this value of address of ff will be obtained through ptrf, the address of ff stored in ptrf, whereas the value of ff is being obtained using the value at address operator star, and this star ptrf will give us the value stored at the location whose address is stored in ptrf. Similarly for char variable. When we say that pointer is a variable, then pointer variable must be stored in the memory as other variables. So by this statement, address of ptrx is equal to %u, what we get is the address where the ptrx has been stored, and this value stored at ptrx is equal to ptrx gives us the address of x stored in ptrx. Similarly for float and char variables, address of x accessed through contents of pointer ptrx. When we use x is equal to %u and use ptrx, the value stored in ptrx is made available, and star ptrx gives us the value stored at the address assigned to ptrx. So when I ran this program, this is the screenshot. It gives me the address of x and value of x using pointer notations. It also gives me the address of ptrx and value stored at ptrx. Let us see how it happens in the memory. X is the int variable, value assigned to it is 10. It is stored in two locations, 65524 and 25 in this particular, on my running the program on my laptop. Star ptrx, it is a pointer variable which is stored in a memory at locations 65522 and 65523. What this ptrx holds? The value stored in ptrx is 65524, which is the address of x. So 65524 points out towards the location in which variable x is stored. Similarly, for ff is stored in 4 bytes, value is 3.14, stored in 6551821. Star ptrf, it is a pointer variable to which we have assigned the address of ff, which is stored in 65516 and 17. So 65516, 65517 are the locations in which value stored at ptrf is assigned, is stored. Similarly, for char pointer star cch, it holds the value stored in star cch is address of ch or a variable ch. Address of variable ch is 65515. It is stored in a pointer variable star cch, which is stored in 65512 and 13. What we find here is all the pointer variables, whether they are int or float or char, they are stored in 2 bytes of the memory, irrespective of whatever is the type of variable address assigned to it. So 65524, which is a pointer to x. So this ptrx is pointing towards location first or starting address of variable x. Similarly, 65518 is stored as a value of ptrf which points towards the variable ff. 65515, that is the address of ch, which is stored in pointer variable cch, which itself is stored in variables in location 165512 and 13. So this is how pointers and are stored in the memory as other variables. Only thing is, pointer variable of any kind, whether it's int or float or ch, it will always occupy 2 bytes in the memory, because addresses are assigned to the pointers and address is a unsigned int kind of value, which will always occupy 2 bytes in the memory. The question is why we declare a pointer variable as int, float or char. What we have seen in the earlier slides is a pointer variable will always occupy 2 bytes in memory. Whereas int, float and char variable, they occupy whatever is 2 bytes, 4 bytes and 1 byte in memory. So when we want to store a variable or a value in the memory, it is imperative that its data type must be declared first. But why for pointers? Address of a variable is always 2 bytes irrespective of its data type, and the pointer variable holds the address of a variable. Why it should be declared as type int or float or char? The reason for this is when an address is assigned to the pointer, only the starting address or a base address of the variable is assigned, as we have seen earlier in the earlier slide. Since a float variable occupies 4 bytes, an int variable occupies 2 bytes and a char variable occupies 1 byte. So for getting the correct value using value at address operator, the program should read the value stored in 4 bytes starting from its base location for a float pointer, whereas it should read 2 bytes for int and 1 byte for char from the base address of these variables. So this is the reason why pointer has to be declared as of int, float or char. And since pointer is also a variable, it is stored in memory as other variables. So thanks for watching. Please like the video, share it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.